So let's go.
Is that your new thing?
That's my new thing. I said it was going to be.
I rate it.
Welcome to another edition of the Green Room Podcast, the TGR podcast, TGR 905. It's right, guy. I'm here with J Rod.
What up, what up?
I'm here with J Bills. And I'm here with Nico Suave.
AKA Sleek Neek.
Jeez.
You know?
Look at Toby over there looking all cuddly.
Toby's
Shout out to
chilling.
Toby. Toby's the unofficial fifth member.
Young top
100%
bias.
me.
Or sixth members.
He's been heard on podcasts.
Stern.
Podcast previous.
Yeah, we can't voice Toby's opinions because they're way too controversial.
Well, he's
Yo,
big
trust
time.
me, we had to edit bare things that he said out. He was just, I just care about smoking blunts.
Toby's the most ignorant one. Goes bark like Toby.
Toby will take a shit in the middle of a podcast and not care.
And
He'll
make
do
somebody
it.
else clean it.
Me, I gotta clean it.
Run that.
Yeah.
And then he'll rape his toy over there.
Whoa.
What?
Oh, shit. He's not
What? Are rape jokes canceled?
I think even just saying is canceled.
You can't even say the word rape.
Basically.
Just that becomes a.
You can't say it without consent.
Yeah, you need consent to say rape.
Rape.
Just to say the words.
Kind of rapey.
You know what? I want to start off on this topic.
Oh,
Are
here we
words
go.
violence? I've heard people saying that words, and I'll be honest, it's particularly
Words are definitely
alphabet
violent.
people. But words are violent?
Words are definitely violent.
So you think if I say words to you, that's violence? That's an act of violence. Like if I said, Nico, you're
Not physically.
Yeah.
Not physically.
So it's like an
Emotionally.
mental or emotional
violence, though?
Yeah, I mean, words.
the definition of violence,
Words
though?
have more. They have more power to move a country than a sword or a gun ever will.
See, I will agree with you, but then I will also disagree with you and say words are wind.
Right.
That's all it is. Whereas violence, if I punch you in the face, I can't punch you in the face with words.
Yeah, I agree.
true.
I mean,
I can't break your nose with words.
words. I guess in general, it's pretty broad spectrum, but it is our number one form of communication. Right. Therefore, I guess essentially everything stems from that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if I believe in violent communication.
It's definitely a thing, man. Like
It is a thing
it's
still.
like, you know, who like people in relationships who are verbally abused. That's violent.
Violence.
Mhm.
Even though they're not being physically abused,
Emotional abuse.
they're still
So
being
then-
broken down.
I mean, obviously, hate
Emotion,
speech
yeah.
could be considered then in that.
Hate speech, yeah.
But then,
Words are powerful, man. Words are manifestation.
who draws these lines? Who decides?
You decide.
I guess it's a collective. Usually.
It's like here
That's how it
I
works.
guess this is an example I'm thinking of, like the N-word. You know, you know what I mean? Like, do you get like? I guess it's situational, but say I'm reciting, like I'm singing a rap song or something, and I say it. Would that get you bent?
Me? Oh no, I don't get banned at all anymore.
But versus like, let's say some fucking redneck from,
I got the pass, so I can say it whenever.
you know, versus like a redneck who's like straight from the country and says it
Yeah.
with a hard R,
Yeah.
with like malicious intent. That's a
Definitely.
different
It's a
story.
different
Fuck
story.
that guy.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
you're
Yeah, it's a
right.
different
So
story.
it is like,
Because you know they've
Intent,
been
though.
dying to say it.
Yeah, big time.
Intent.
I've been
but
waiting to
words
say
have
that.
intent no matter what. Intent and words and communication are they're dependent variables on each other.
So I would disagree with you in the sense of that. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying there's also another side to it as well, in the sense of like, but then the slippery slope of that in that precedent is that then you get caught in this kind of gray area where it's like let's use like the, you know, the trans LGBTQ issues type of stuff for a second, where it's like you are conditioned that, you know, you have to be accepting and supportive, but that means not having an opinion that's opposed to theirs. You can still
That's a new
respect
thing,
and appreciate someone for who they are and say live your life, but that doesn't mean you necessarily have to agree with them, because that's
100%. I just feel
the
like
hypocrisy is in there.
yeah,
in
I
that.
feel like that in particular is becoming more prevalent because of the way society is going.
Yeah,
you know?
and then if you're on one side or the other, or you could, like, if you disagree on one thing, you could agree with 9 of 10 things that someone says, But if that one thing is something like that, something that strikes people at a certain chord, you're on the opposite team, bro.
Yeah,
That's violence. But I think people should be able to communicate hard things that are hard to talk about without it being considered violent.
100%, but that's also subjective as well. You know what I mean? It's just like, there's a difference between sharing your opinion and versus being indoctrinated into somebody else's opinion.
But the problem is that whoever you're talking to is the person that decides.
Yeah, but that's their problem. That's not your problem. You know what I mean? It's just like it takes two to tango.
My only problem with this whole situation is if it's a situation you're talking to someone and say, "Oh, I'm a they or them," right? And you let me know, and then after I'm like, "Okay, cool, you they or them." That's fine. But if off the rip I don't know you're they or them, and then you get angry because I didn't call you the correct thing or pronouns, isn't that a little bit ridiculous?
Yeah, but
It's ridiculous. How am I gonna know?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And like it seems like there's obviously people that are going to be like normal and will actually, tell you what it is, and after you just know it and you're good. But it's just annoying that there's a lot of people that just automatically assume you should know what's going on with them when you don't even know them.
Well, sort of what I've been alluding to is that the problem that you're describing is it's one-sided acceptance. It's you have to accept me, but I don't have to accept the fact that you don't necessarily fully understand things the way I want them or fully see things the way I want to be seen.
Yeah, I get the respect portion. You want to make sure you respect people, but like at the end of the day,
exactly.
It's like,
and just because you don't 100% align with someone doesn't mean you're disrespectful.
100%, exactly. I think the only people who are the only demographic who are like finding this an issue are the people who feel the need to be victimized. That like they for some reason there's this whole movement with social media and shit that oppression is like the in thing. Like, yo, I need to be oppressed. Like I need people.
Trust me, bro. I've been looking.
I need people to feel sorry for me. I need people to acknowledge that I'm different, or else because if I'm not acknowledged that I'm different, then what makes me different? Type of thing.
What makes me special?
I mean? Like you're lost. Yeah. You're lost in your own sauce.
You're lost.
So there's only like a small percentage of that, and obviously it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, respect goes both ways, bro.
Exactly.
So it's just like, yo, if I have to respect what you consider yourself, then you respect my opinion as well.
Yeah,
it should go both ways.
You know what I mean? So I'm all about respect, bro. Like,
So I don't remember who I heard say it the other day, but they were saying like the idea of not calling someone by the right pronoun as an act of respect is ridiculous, because when I call someone he, if I'm calling one of you he or them, that's not out of respect. That's because I'm physically looking at you and I know you're a he.
Yeah, one day I'm gonna troll the shit out of somebody. One day I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna troll the shit out of somebody. If I say, "Oh, hey, how you doing, sir, man, whatever," and they say, "Oh, I'm a they," I'm like, I'll play stupid. Like, I never heard of that before. What is that? What do you mean they?
Can you break it down for me, please?
I'll be like, yo,
explain this.
You look like a he.
you look like
I'll troll somebody one day. I'll tell you guys how it goes.
It's like when Jehovah's Witnesses come to my house and they're like, "Oh, so we're here to talk to you about God," and I'm just like, "Which one?
Who?
which one?" Or they're like, we're here to talk to you about our friend, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And there's like 6 of them, and I'm like, which one is he?
He is within all of us.
Yeah.
And you as well.
I'm like, Jesus, so you're saying I got raped by this Jesus man? He's inside me? I'm trying.
It's a weird practice. Like, sometimes when I think about it, the body of Christ and the blood of Christ
compels you.
It's just like taking that into your body in a ritualistic manner. Because I grew up Catholic, right? So like I used to have to do Sunday communion. Whatever. Now that I think about it, it's kind of like it's weird, man. It's like a cannibalistic.
You're literally eating his body while drinking
his blood. Wow. Sunday service is going to fucking Dairy Queen. You know what I'm saying?
That I can get behind. What do you get at Dairy Queen, by the way?
I usually,
right answers only.
Nowadays, I usually get Blizzards.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Semi-right.
I like to go for
what kind of Blizzy?
Depends. I switch it up. But I like
just like to.
Yeah,
you like to be a him or a him.
I like. I cannot be defined. Okay, I'm a non-binary Blizzard enjoyer. Okay, but you know what I do like? I do like to go there and get a cone dipped in chocolate.
Jeez.
With the sprinkles on the side?
I don't get the sprinkles. I just get the chocolate coating on the outside.
You can tell this guy wants that right
Yeah,
now.
I
Look at
want
his
that
face.
shit
He's like, I want
right
that shit
This guy's
now.
salivating,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
I do double Oreo Blizzard.
Yeah, Oreos.
I don't go enough to have a
I haven't
thing.
been in a long time.
Yeah.
The thing is, why I go, like when I want to treat myself, it's one of those ice creams that doesn't upset my stomach.
Okay.
So it's like I can, wicked.
And they do the test.
Yeah. T, she gets like triple Oreo. One time they just gave her crushed Oreo in another cup. And they're like, yo, do it yourself.
That's hilarious.
Crazy.
We're on that.
It was like $16 first of all because so much Oreo was.
Anytime I see
purchased.
them do that stupid test, I laugh at them because like, yo, they don't want to do no fucking test. They
Yeah.
look at you like,
So you gotta do
Just hand it
this,
to
I
you.
guess. Whatever.
quick card, you know? It's just like, you
Here,
don't
man.
hold this.
Yeah. I did it in the back. You just didn't see
I
it.
tell them, yo, you don't gotta do no test,
You
bro.
gotta
Like, I
do it,
believe
man.
you.
Dripped on your hand. Don't worry about that drip.
I actually put my head under.
It might be a liability thing. You never know.
Yeah,
Fuck up my
maybe.
blizzard.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, Blizzard.
Legally, they have to. Every single
sue 'em,
blizzard
man.
they sell, they have to
I'm
do
like,
the
yo,
test.
bro,
to
you
it.
don't have to do this. Like, it's
Oh.
okay. I'm not gonna snitch.
Just swing that,
No,
bro.
I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna
Give my
snitch.
fucking ice cream.
I'm-
I'm like, where's your manager?
I need
Guy
to see
didn't do the Blizzy flip.
Blizzy.
I'm gonna need the
Blizzy
head
flip.
office number, please. Immediately.
I have a different idea of a blizzy flip.
What if
But
they took it and just literally just did like the cup challenge or the bottle challenge?
That'd be legit.
I gotta make it again. Give me 5 minutes, Dad. Let me make
That'd
it
be
next one. Real
legit.
quick.
That'd be
Flip.
legit.
The lineups are already way too long.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Flipping ice cream.
they have to do the flip.
Oh,
And then every time they do it, everyone in the DQ just it's a viral video every single customer.
That's fucked.
It's not a bad marketing campaign.
Shout out
for
to
'em.
DQ though, forever,
Oh, wow.
forever. But
Holding it down.
yo, honestly, have any of y'all taken in that new Black Thought album with Danger Mouse?
A little bit of
A
it.
little
yeah.
bit of it.
Mm.
Album.
I
of the
think
year.
it's just I ran through it once and that was it. I didn't listen to it again.
It's my favorite album this year, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because I know we were talking about JID's album
Mhm.
Hard.
Mhm.
and how you
Hard
guys were
album.
fucking with that heavy.
It's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, yo, he's definitely gonna come to Toronto. Like, we should reach one of his.
I was gonna say, I'd love to see him
Who,
live.
JD or Black Thought?
He seemed like he'd be a wicked
JID?
performer.
Probably Black Thought. If Black Thought reaches Toronto too, that'd be legit.
That'd be
Because it'd be both of them would be like smaller venues too.
Exactly.
For
the
sure.
intimate venues are always the
Definitely
best ones. By
better.
far.
For sure. So.
I'm amped. Yeah. I'm going this Sunday. I'm going to Wu-Tang and
Oh
Nas.
yeah.
Somebody said Bus is gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bus is coming too. What?
Jeez.
I'm amped.
Jeez.
Excited.
I got tickets.
Yeah.
That's gonna be lit.
I didn't even realize. My boy's like, yo, it's this Sunday. I'm like,
You know? Long weekend.
It's a long
flex.
weekend
we're
flex.
going, bro. Yeah.
You ain't got
So
no
amped.
obligations. Well,
Hell nah.
you know,
It's
the next
Friday.
day.
You ain't got shit to do.
Yeah,
It's Friday again.
There's
Yeah.
always shit to do, bro. There's always shit to do.
If you, I have a story.
Mm.
If you, okay, somebody gave you $10.5 million right now,
Mhm.
what would you do with it? Bills.
10.5 million? That's a good question. I would probably just pay off all like my immediate family's debts, just so everyone's crispy.
Yeah, I'm your immediate family too. You know?
Yo, trust me, bro.
You know what I mean? Just get that
Can't
all
you
wiped
tell?
out.
Look,
Yeah,
TGR fam.
I got you tell.
Yo, for real. And then probably just looking to invest.
Okay.
I'd still work for a bit because 10 mil is like,
Work.
yeah, for a bit.
I'm
Sick.
going on a vacation
Sicko.
first.
No, I mean, like, well, obviously that's all part of it, but like,
Bro, yeah, you'd be at work not doing work. Come
Oh,
on,
okay.
you'd have 10 mil in the bank,
not
bro.
not the same job I'm in right now. I mean, like, I'd be working,
Okay,
like, I have
okay,
something
okay.
to do. Like, I can't just be sitting
No,
on
got
10 mil, you know what I mean?
So you'd be working for yourself.
Yeah, big time.
Okay.
Mm,
J-Rod, 10.5, 10.5.
I'd invest most of it and just forget about it,
Mhm.
and then treat that as like it never came. Like that's something in the background that I totally just forget
So
about.
you'd invest most of it.
I'd
like
invest
how
most
much?
of it.
50%,
10.5 mil,
60%,
70% of it.
70.
I'd invest 70% of it. Yeah, and then take that 30, use it immediately for things I do, like you said,
Yeah.
help immediate family pay
Just
off,
saying.
and then whatever I have left, play with that for a bit. But I'm not gonna stop working.
No.
I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna just that 10.5 mil it was given to me. I'm gonna just most of it. I'll forget about it.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
You know?
Act like it's nothing.
That 10.5 mil, is it untaxed?
Uh-oh.
Good question.
We'll say it's untaxed.
Good question.
All right.
We'll say it's
After
say it's already
taxes,
taxed.
after taxes, I'm at
Okay.
10.5. Okay. So, first thing, I'm also gonna agree with Bill's, pay off my friends and family's debts.
Okay.
Everybody, all y'all,
Yeah.
paying everybody's
All
debts.
the debt's gone.
All the debt's gone, and then the remainder of money I have, I'm put a little bit aside, go on a nice vacation,
Or-
invite a bunch of people,
Get a PJ somewhere.
something like that. Probably rent a villa, get my own professional chef. And then whatever I got left over, I'm investing all that in real estate.
Yeah. smart.
Not right away. Like I'm gonna, from what I've seen in sort of Ontario, the market's gonna fall. But I also might not
cool,
just
though.
buy in Ontario. I might look at
sure.
buying real estate in
Elsewhere.
elsewhere, not just
Everywhere,
the
bro.
province of Ontario, and not
Everywhere.
just in Canada. I also might look into buying real estate in the United States.
Province. In every
100%
province.
different country, bro.
Caribbean, everywhere.
Specifically, I'd be looking to buy in Texas just because it's really fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Match even
Now that I think about it, 10.5 mil is not
that much, bro.
Especially when you're talking about real estate.
No,
It's like,
it's not a lot.
Yeah, but I could buy a couple properties. with
yeah,
that.
100%. Definitely.
Like
definitely.
the way I see it, 2.5 mil for the debts, and
That's a lot for that.
that's more
That's a lot
than
of debt.
that's. I'm saying that's more than enough. 2.5.
Who's in debt that
I'm
much?
just saying.
That's a lot of debt.
I'm just saying 2.5 mil.
Yeah.
That's more than enough to pay off the debts of all my friends and family and do the vacation thing I'm talking about.
Mhm.
And I'll probably have leftover from that too.
Big time.
And then the rest of it, I could get 3 or 4 properties with that.
Yeah.
Interesting. The reason why I posed
Possibly
this
more.
question is because there's this story. I think it happened last year actually, where this lady she requested a refund from Crypto.com,
Mhm.
$100 refund, through the blockchain, and then they accidentally sent her $10.5 million. And so she immediately bought a house.
Yeah,
Should.
I would.
Yeah. Did they ask for the money back?
So it went to court, right? And then the judge, made her give the money back, resell or sell her all her assets bought from the money
Yeah.
accidentally given to her by Crypto.com. So
That's crazy.
Damn, I would have fucking left the country.
I
I would
would've
have
cut
changed my
I'd have been
name.
gone.
them,
You would never
Gone.
find me again.
new
I'd be a
passport,
ghost.
everything.
I'd be ghost.
She
You'd
should
never find me.
have immigrated.
You never
She
find
should
me.
have cut.
Should have gone to Puerto Rico or
Yeah, especially being in
Belize or something.
in Australia,
sure.
just cut all the way across
Yeah.
the world.
Jamal Billy has died this day, and
Fake your own
a
death.
new
I bet-
man.
I'm
I
going
bet
back
you-
to Tokyo. Fuck
Yo,
it.
I bet
You
you
find
it
him
wouldn't
there.
cost a lot
Come on,
to
bro.
fake your death.
Nah.
Yo, did you guys see there's a new documentary that John McAfee?
No, I
Documentary?
didn't. No.
Is that
You know-
new on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Really?
Interesting.
So you know the guy John McAfee?
Yeah.
Yo, that guy is fucking crazy.
Really?
He's a genius,
I'm gonna watch it.
but he's fucking crazy,
Yeah, usually goes hand in hand.
bro.
Is he dead? They killed him.
Yeah, I think so.
But he might be alive still.
Yeah, you never know.
might be out here.
there are theories that he faked his own death because he died similarly to Epstein.
Mm.
Okay.
He was in a Spanish prison,
Yeah. Okay.
a prison in Spain. Ain't no video, ain't nothing.
No.
That man's
And
alive, bro.
and at the end of the documentary, this isn't a huge spoiler because you can look this shit up. It's out there. At the end of the documentary, they're talking to one of his girlfriends. As the girl helps him escape Belize when he's wanted for murder.
It's a real one.
Definitely real.
So she's like, yeah. They ask her. It's after the documentary's done. It's back in the credits. They're back in the interview with her, and they're like, "So when was the last time you heard him?" She's like, "I don't know if I should speak about this, but last time I spoke to him was 2 weeks after his death was reported. He called me from Texas and said he faked his own death and asked me to run away with him." And then she
She lied.
smirks.
Lied, yeah.
She smirks, and then the
Done.
thing ends right there.
She lying.
She maybe.
She lying.
But
That's disinformation right there.
But bro,
Or misinformation.
if you watch the documentary and you see the stuff that this guy does and is capable of doing,
I
It's
gotta
not
watch
far
it.
fetched, is what you're saying.
gotta watch
it's
it.
totally, you could totally see it happening. Because this guy had dirt on everybody. He hacked the fucking, so he was in Belize,
Mhm.
and obviously he knew they were gonna go after him, but he hacked all their phones, he hacked all their email, He had like voice recordings of like their conversations and everything.
Jeez.
The whole police, the whole government. Apparently he was gonna like expose their government, but that's the thing, is he never actually released anything. Apparently the cartel was trying to kill him too.
That makes sense.
So wanted.
And then there was some stuff too that apparently he had information on like the Clintons and shit like that. So, but he
Sounds
claimed to
about
do a lot of stuff. So basically this guy went to Belize, was wanted for murder. He fucking illegally enters Guatemala,
Read it.
like escapes Belize, illegally enters Guatemala. The girl that helped him, that was his girlfriend from in Belize, she's actually from Guatemala, and her uncle was like the fucking attorney general or some shit like that. So she helped him get like asylum there for a bit or something like that, and then he left there, came back to States, ran for fucking president in the States while still wanted for questioning and a murder.
That's the most ignorant shit ever.
Of all time.
And basically he was out there talking about how nobody should pay taxes and shit like that, and so that's why he had to eventually flee the States, is because they were
He
like,
didn't pay his taxes.
yeah, and he yeah, what most rich people don't fucking pay their taxes anyway.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm definitely gonna check this out.
I seen a thing about Trump the other day, where it's like one of his ex-wives is buried on his golf course, because that legally makes it like a cemetery, and if it's a cemetery or whatever the term is for it, that whole property doesn't have to pay any taxes.
I rate it. The loopholes.
Man's
Yeah.
like
Super
Donald, you know?
I love loopholes.
Like
Like that.
everyone talks shit about this guy. Yeah, he's a fucking idiot, but he's not.
Yeah,
He's not an idiot.
Like he's not that fucking dumb.
No.
No,
He just appears that way.
big time.
And you know why he appears that way?
He wants
Because it works for him.
Yeah.
He makes it work for him.
Literally.
That's how he fucking won the presidency, is because CNN was like, look how fucking crazy this guy is. So he's just all over the fucking news all day.
That's all you
And
see.
everybody hates Hillary Clinton. So they're just like, fuck it. Let's just see what this guy does.
See what Donald's up to, bro.
They felt like they could trust him more because he seemed like he was just,
He's just real with it.
At least
Yeah.
he's savage, though.
This is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it.
yeah. He's full of shit too. All politicians are
Yeah,
full of shit.
100%.
Big
But,
time.
you know,
But he seemed less full of shit
Kinda.
than Hillary
He
Clinton.
just seemed realer. That's all it
Literally
was.
just seemed
Yo,
real.
seemed real.
Blatantly real.
Literally, I swear there was like something of like
Said, fuck you niggas.
Hillary wasn't Hillary Clinton like
Big time.
against affirmative action back in the day or some shit too?
She's against a lot, bro.
Yeah. Then you got this fucking Biden administration, fucking
Byron.
old man
Yeah.
fucking dying and
Yeah.
shit. There's literal proof that he's fucking in bed with Russia after they were accusing Trump of it and shit. And you got Kamala Harris talking about Brittany Griner and how, it's fucking tragedy that she's over there for pot. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris put bare people in the States
Big time.
in prison and are
Bare
still in
people.
prison
So
Bare people.
because of marijuana.
yeah,
Bare people
Yeah.
for that.
very good.
very hypocritical.
But trust me.
What else is new?
Can't trust shit these people say.
Not all.
True.
They're all
True.
liars, bro.
Yeah, they're
Two-faced, man.
professional actors, bro.
Have you heard of that thing that they want to implement? I think it's
Which
I
thing?
think in Canada they're trying to do they're trying to enforce like this climate control, like make this climate control police,
What is
like
that?
green police they call it. So essentially this is like the government's building like these facilities in like Winnipeg and shit that house like armories and interrogation rooms.
What?
I saw you lit it, nigga. What you doing with that?
Yeah,
Pick
yeah,
it up.
yeah. It's called
Just putting straps on you. Just drop the candy bar.
It's called the Impact Assessment Act, which was quietly passed in the final days of Trudeau's majority government, grants sweeping powers to ministerial enforcement officers.
Goddamn.
So yeah, the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change Canada building new facilities in Winnipeg that will house firearms, interrogation rooms, biological labs, media relations offices, controlled quiet rooms, and intelligence facilities.
We turn into communists.
So this was drawn up by a firm in Winnipeg, open a window into Trudeau's future plans for climate enforcement.
Climate enforcement.
Yeah. So also the
Goddamn.
French did something similar recently, or they're launching it, where
En
they're
français.
hiring 3,000 green police.
Can you say it en français?
No. Officers to go after those who violate green-related criminal issues to safeguard the country from disasters supposedly caused by human-related climate change. So essentially, if they see a man throwing a bogey out into the streets, they're gonna beat the living shit out of
Yeah.
him.
Shoot you and
Yeah,
interrogate you.
because that's not the
Bring you to
problem.
their lab.
Because that's the problem. It's not
With
fucking.
Bring the bogey. Bring the bogey.
It's not
They
fucking
realize
industrial consumption, and it's not fucking commercial shipping and shit like that. That's actually fucking up the environment. It's just regular man's.
Yeah.
Man, here's a fact for you. There's more plastic pollution in the ocean from commercial fishing nets than there is from any sort of plastic, one-use plastic products.
They ain't gonna tell you that though.
No. It's the same thing with taxes. They hire all these people and they do all this shit about people spending taxes, but you know who they go after? They go after the regular working man. You know who they don't go after? People
The
with
rich
money.
People, yeah, it's
People who
basically-
literally are just smart enough, pay enough accountants to find ways so they don't have to pay money.
That's all it is.
But the regular working man cannot afford that type of shit.
But
So
that's how
yeah.
the system is built though.
This is something that we can, keep our eye on right now because we'll see what happens with
Great
this.
policeman.
But I wouldn't be surprised, man. Like, remember what they did with COVID?
Bro.
Like, they had like police come through like
That was crazy.
establishments and were like,
Crazy.
"Yo, why are you all here?" I remember when COVID first started happening, I was working out in an empty soccer field, and security came through, and they're like, "Yo, we're not leaving until you leave." I was like, "There's nobody here. You're here."
Exactly. You
This is
can't.
y'all.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Why should I leave? I'm literally
It's
not
like
surrounded by anybody.
It's like
So
there's
I
the.
honestly wouldn't be surprised, bro. Like,
No,
it's-
not at
it's
all.
Did you ever
weird
see
shit going down.
the video of the guy? I think it was in like the States. He was like wakeboarding or surfing or something, and the Coast Guard, like he's out in the ocean by himself, and the Coast Guard came and like tried to arrest him and shit.
COVID, dog. You can't be out here by
Can't be out here.
Can't be out here doing
Surfing by
nothing.
yourself.
in the water. Oh, fuck.
You're
Sorry.
endangering people.
That aren't around you.
No, what I'm most worried about coming here is that shit in the UK that happened with the dude who shared the picture of the LGBTQ swastika thing,
Mm.
and then he got a. You never heard about this?
What?
Okay, so a man in the UK, he has a friend who's an artist. This guy made like a swastika out of the LGBTQ flag.
Okay.
So, obviously he was making some sort of like political kind of satire thing, just in the idea of the first reaction to anyone could take to it is to take offense to it because of what swastika symbolize.
Yeah.
But the whole idea of it from my perspective is talking about the whole compliance thing with you're either with us or against us kind of thing. With how a lot of this stuff goes, you have to agree on everything, otherwise you're out. You can make those comparisons. Let's just say
Of
that
course.
in the whole propaganda of it. But so this guy, he shares his friend's art on like Instagram or something. Fucking police pull up to his house.
Like real police?
Yeah, the real police
Police.
pull up to his house.
Fuck.
They arrest him. Meanwhile, the guy who actually made the art is his friend and is there and is videotaping the whole thing. And he basically got arrested because they said, he was like, "How come you arrested me and not like the guy who actually made the thing? I just shared it." And he's like, "You sharing it was endangering people's mental health by causing them anxiety."
Shut the fuck up.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Trust me, I don't
Yeah.
want to hear. This is ridiculous.
So I think it was, I don't know if it was like assault or something, but he got like charged
Assault.
with something like that, something
Imagine.
along those
Cyber assault.
lines.
Cyber assault. That's gonna be a thing, bro.
Yeah.
It's like
Cyber assault.
1984, man.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it is.
and they're gonna. I firmly believe they're gonna find a way to do it, like China with the social credit score shit.
Oh, geez.
It's gonna be like that nosedive episode of Black Mirror.
Mm.
Not exactly, but
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
That's coming.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I have a random ass question though. Since we were talking about McAfee,
yeah.
it's kind of morbid, but if you had the opportunity, like, the chance to fake your own death, what would you do? How would you do it?
Here's my question though. What do I have? What do I have resource wise?
You have anything.
So if I'm rich like McAfee,
You have that 10.5 mil from fucking crypto.com.
what am I doing afterwards?
Jeez.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just gonna retire to a fucking beach or some shit.
No,
But
but
how
like,
you gonna
no.
fake your
How,
death, though?
how you gonna fake your death?
Oh, how am I gonna fake my death?
Yeah.
Plane crash.
Plane crash?
Never find my body.
Word. Just have all your mandem in one PJ and then
I'm gonna do like
plane
a
crash?
yeah. I'm gonna do like what do you call it?
Like what Krusty did.
Yo, they fucking faked it with 9/11 planes. Who says they can't do it with this?
That's true. You ain't wrong.
What's that one? That, wasn't there a conspiracy theory that the one was it flight something? There was a movie about it, but the one that apparently like crashed in the field in like Pittsburgh or something.
Flight 93 or something like that.
93, yeah. Yeah, there was conspiracy theory that there was no like body remains found at that site.
Yeah.
It was like the one that
Except
crashed
like a
into the
fucking
Pentagon.
passport or some shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Some fucker.
Yeah.
That everybody believed back in the day. Then years later, we're like, wait, what?
The
Yeah.
passport.
What do you mean?
That's
the passport
all that was
found?
there? What are you talking about?
No bodies, no nothing.
Thank goodness for those indestructible passports.
Fucking
bro.
ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
I think I would do
idiots.
like a boating accident,
Yeah.
a sailing expedition, and then all of a sudden,
Lost at sea.
lost at sea. Fast.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Or just say you're gonna climb Everest and just not go.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Crash your whip
tomorrow
into a
still.
lake or something.
That's what I was
you know?
thinking. Like over a cliff, put C4 in it, and then
Kaboom!
boom, you're gone.
That's it.
And just put all your shit in there,
Yeah.
So it's like, oh,
you got 10 mil worth of new shit.
You know what I mean? Not my new shit, my old shit.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Put some old shit in there.
You know what,
10 mil
you
worth
know
of
what you
new
gotta
shit
do
to buy.
before you do it though too is you gotta set up through some sort of
I piss all over it too, so my DNA's in there.
what is it called?
Oh, it's him.
you gotta set it up through a bunch of like shell companies, but essentially that when you die you get like a big insurance payout too.
Yeah.
So you make a quick flip as well.
Yeah, I don't have life insurance though.
No, but companies
Get that, bro.
companies can have life insurance on their employees.
Get that.
That's a thing, bro. Companies have life insurance on their employees.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You could set up a shell company because let's say you're rich, so your shell company,
Shellco.
and you could say you're worth whatever,
Shell company.
and then when you fucking die, that shell company gets that money, and who's to say who can access that shell company? You could either have a friend or you could have some sort of alternate identity where you already access it yourself
Definitely
from
my
a fucking
alternate
bank in
But literally,
Switzerland.
Put your beneficiary
Wagwan.
as literally your other identity. Literally, who's this
yeah.
guy? We don't know. He exists though.
Some guy.
Some man's, but he's gone now.
Uh,
Give me the cash.
Yeah.
That's so ignorant.
Yeah, that'd be pretty legit.
James,
Pretty legit. That's so ignorant.
if I had an alter ego, my name would be James Bong.
Nigga, you have like 8
Yep.
alter egos.
Don't
bro.
worry about my alter egos; they're gonna keep coming.
Got 9 now.
Yeah,
James Bong.
James Bong.
James Bond. James Bond.
Jeez, smoking.
Topic of discussion tonight.
Yeah, you know,
You want to throw around some statistics there?
I do.
So what made you get into this topic? Because I heard your rant the other day. Actually, we were at the ball courts.
um,
I don't know
And,
anything about this. I wasn't there.
And Rye Guy was,
basically,
going off
I mean, it
about
all kind of
this.
stemmed from some shit that Bill Burr said in his last special. If you haven't watched it, Bill
I
Burr
watched it. It's
live
jokes,
at
yeah.
Red Rocks.
Is it good?
It's really good, yeah.
He's so ignorant.
I mean, essentially, he gets into the whole, people saying the WNBA players should make the same amount of money as
Nah,
NBA players,
Okay.
make no sense.
because they do the same job,
No, they don't.
and
I mean,
they don't. And it's not to say that they don't. Yeah, they do
No, they
the
don't.
same job,
They don't.
but that's like saying
your
every
job.
CEO in the world should make the exact same salary. And I'm sorry to say this, but they don't. They make the amount of money that they make based on the revenue that their business generates.
mhm.
No, it's just power. Yeah.
And sorry to say this, WNBA fans, but your business doesn't generate the type of revenue that the NBA generates.
Yeah, it's like,
You know how much the NBA generates? You want to know how much the NBA generates
Per year?
I'm gonna pull this up
Per
right
year?
now. I wrote it down.
$1.79 billion.
I'm gonna say
Is that what I said it was?
I don't know. I'm
feel
just
I'm
like-
gonna say
Just throwing numbers out there.
I'm guessing.
Hold on,
3.5.
hold on.
2.1.
No, 6 billion.
I wish we did this the other day when it was all fresh in my mind, but I'll pull
I'm
it
gonna say
up.
6 billion.
2.1. J-Rod, what's your guess? This is per year, obviously.
Yeah.
1.6.
1.6? 2.1?
I'm doing 5.
You keep changing your answer,
Okay,
dog.
fine, 6.
6? It's a lot of Billies.
Yo, yes, me done.
Cheers.
Jeez.
All right. The NBA generates $8.76 billion every year.
That was way off.
I was way off. I was close.
The WNBA generates $60 million of revenue every year at a $10 million loss.
Isn't that like one of LeBron James' contracts
Probably.
What?
for like
That,
2
bro.
years?
I don't know, it's
Basically.
98 for 2 years, something like that. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
So,
That's wild.
so essentially, basically, it's a subsidized league. And
Yo, that's
if I'm generous and I round it up, the WNBA makes 0.7% of the revenue that the NBA generates.
crazy.
And we should get paid exactly the same.
That don't make no sense. So let's go outside of the NBA, okay? Bills, how many different soccer leagues are there?
A gang of them, bro.
Okay,
Across the globe.
how come every striker in male, let's just talk about just male leagues. How come every striker in every league doesn't get paid the same?
Because certain strikers are able to score more goals and better goals in the top leagues.
And
And therefore they get paid
certain
more,
leagues generate more revenue
way more money
than
other
others.
leagues. Oh, yeah. Big time.
They do the same job,
Yeah.
but they're not paid the same.
Yeah. And they're the same gender, too.
Why aren't we waving? Why are we putting our arms up in the air for that?
Because we're
Because-
not females?
Because you understand.
Well, because we're looking at it from the point of numbers,
Yeah.
and numbers don't lie.
They don't.
That's a fact of life. Listen to your math teachers, kids.
Go off of logic, not emotion.
All right, so let's do it
Those
this way, okay?
situations.
So like the reason and what Bill Burr gets into it, and he's like, he's saying how it's like whenever there's this whole discussion about the WNBA, everyone's blame. Where are the men? Like everyone's blaming men for this issue, and it's like, no, men didn't fail the WNBA, women did.
Big time.
All right, so like, let me pull this up for you, okay? All right, so here's a stat for you, okay? 40% of NBA fans are female, okay? So based on how many people view on average every NBA game, which is regular season,
Well,
fucking even preseason, summer league, playoffs, everything combined,
That's
okay?
actually a decent amount of
Wow.
women watching.
That is a lot.
40%, yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Do you know how many viewers that equates to based on the average for each game? 1.2 million women
It's a lot.
watch on average every NBA game.
Shouts out to
All
y'all.
right.
That's a lot.
So now the WNBA, 70% of WNBA fans are women. Okay? And of how many people watch every WNBA game on average? You know how many women that equates to?
How much?
50,000.
20.
265,000 women.
Oh, jeez.
So basically, every NBA game gets a million more female viewers. Just about a million more female viewers than the average WNBA game.
Makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. It's more entertaining.
That's why you don't make the same amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
It's very logical.
It's because more of your women, more
Your
women,
More of yo women.
hey, more of all of our women. I don't want to be possessive. I'm not the possessive one here. More women prefer to watch NBA games.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Because it's more entertaining.
Because it's a superior product, and that's why it generates more revenue. Also, I'd like to pitch this idea, okay? Did the NBA always make this kind of money?
No.
Or did it grow over time because of the likes of Michael Jordan
Yeah.
and, various cats before him
Definitely.
and thereafter?
Yeah. 100%.
Yes. How many years has the NBA operated? It didn't just become this overnight.
For a while, bro.
Exactly. So to say that you should make the same amount of money,
And you just came. Like, what?
yeah, and everything has been handed to you. You're not even having to build the league yourself.
Bro, they would have folded
arrogant.
after like 2 years, 3 years, realistically, if the NBA didn't pay for their league.
Yes.
It's like, you want to get the same amount of money as the people that pay you? What?
So
That makes no sense.
basically, all I'm trying to say is, you know,
The best way to sum it up,
it's all based on
emotions.
revenue.
It's emotions.
Well,
It's all emotional responses. Because realistically, if you're looking at logic, there's no way you can literally look at these two entities, WNBA, NBA, both businesses, don't get me wrong, and say they deserve to get paid the most when one does this and one does this. Makes no sense.
Yeah. It's like, okay, let's say fucking let's say me and Nico both have, me and Nico both are in sales at a company we work at, okay? And Nico makes a significant amount of sales more than I do. Yeah, every month.
Statement.
You know what? I'm changing the story. So let's say Rye Guy makes a significant amount more sales than Nico, okay?
Overstated.
But every month we both get the same commission check based on a commission cap. Is that fair?
Nah.
Nah.
Not at all.
I don't think so.
I mean, it's like how it is with I don't know if you've ever been employed by somewhere that has unions.
Yeah.
But
Big time.
no matter how much or how hard you work, you still get paid the same amount
shit.
as the regular dude who or woman who doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
And once you realize that shit, like your work ethic changes. It's not good luck.
Yeah.
It's not a good.
No, I get it, but it's just. I mean, if they were, say there was like a female slam ball league or some shit,
I'd watch
that was
shit
like
hardcore.
far superior to a male
Yeah.
slam ball league. Obviously, I'd watch.
Definitely trying to watch that.
I don't care about
In
support.
general, that'd be sick.
Honestly, I don't really give a fuck about supporting any of these sports in general, because I don't really do that anyway. So to me, it's like you said, it comes down to the entertainment.
Yeah.
If I'm in the moment, if I'm in the mood, what is entertaining me the most right now?
You mans are not trying to watch a female slam ball? That should be lit.
I'd watch it.
Yo, I
But-
swear they got like slam ball.
it's like-
arenas that you can go to with your mans.
I mean,
I've seen that. I've seen
they
that.
have the trampoline things. I don't know if they have it where you can play slam ball. Like they have it where like you can go on yourself, like you go by yourself and like go and like dunk on a thing.
Nah, that's a 3v3 team.
You can't do like a face, but they have
That's
like
whack.
little arenas where you can do trampoline dodgeball. Trampoline dodgeball is intense, bro.
Getting murked.
I'd be
in the
down
air.
still.
It's so greasy.
Should get
I'm down. I've done it before.
We should recruit some TGR followers and see,
Yeah, we're
They
looking for
come.
videographers and we're looking
E-transfer
for
us.
mans who want to
We're
pay to play us.
we're just trying to swindle your money while we get to throw balls in your face.
There
It
you
only
go.
makes
And-
sense.
Sports perspective, not like an actual fucking
Yeah.
balls in your face.
Oh well,
But,
you know, if you tip me an extra 50,
50 bucks.
I'll put the balls in your face. All the balls.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it's like numbers, statistics, logic. It is what it is.
and you have-
But
you-
who's arguing this? Who comes to somebody and be like, "Oh, Bills, WNBA players should get paid more"? Like,
What do you think? Feminists. bro.
WNBA players and feminists. Yeah, baby.
yeah, but in your life,
In my life, oh hell no.
Yeah, that's
Ain't
what I'm
no-
saying.
Are you kidding me? Like what? And if anyone even said that to me, I would look at you and just laugh. What are you even talking about?
like you should only go as far as to exert your energy in trying to get into an
Yeah.
argument that's worth getting into.
Exactly.
Let's
I
let's
agree
be
with
clear
that.
though,
Yeah,
okay?
like-
I agree with that.
It's not like any one of us here doesn't support female sports in any kind of way. I've watched women's UFC before.
Women's soccer is
They
sick,
get
too.
paid.
They
I
fucking-
watch women's soccer in the World Cup. I've watched that.
Women's
I'll
volleyball
watch
sucks,
women's
yeah.
hockey in
Olympics.
in the
Yeah,
Olympics.
exactly.
Olympics,
Watch that
like,
too.
they're fucking. They have
Like,
some of the best
sick.
performances.
It's not like we're not willing to support it. It's just that the average products that they are trying to get us to support are not what most people, and I'm not talking about men just in general, most people are not interested in because there's too many other things that are better.
Yeah.
And that's not to be offensive. That's just being a realist here.
Like for me,
They are better. They are more entertaining. They are things that people would rather spend their time doing, and that is totally allowed.
like for me, even personally, I'd rather women's tennis than men's tennis to watch.
Well, even that, women's tennis
be
players make bank.
Yeah, I'd definitely rather watch it because it's mad insane.
But you know why women tennis players make bank?
Because it's marketed better.
I don't think it's marketing. I mean, maybe some of it is marketing, but women's tennis makes money. You know why? Because people actually fucking watch it.
It's true.
People pay to go to the events.
I'd watch that shit.
One just happened.
Yeah. My boy went to that. He said it was greasy.
That's why they get paid.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, WNBA, but you're in a bad spot.
They better watch out.
My suggestion was, it's funny you mentioned the slam ball thing, but it's like you have to do something that'll make your league stand out. Whether it be you either need a Michael Jordan, you either need, like, why not lower the fucking nets? Lower the nets so they can start dunking and shit.
Or just get some like transgender girls to come in and run it, and you'll see it a little bit different, you know.
But then that puts us in a tricky situation too.
See, then hey, if you
that's a next discussion.
That's Pandora's box.
I'm not even ready for that.
I think the next step, obviously, is just incorporating.
I think more people watch the movie Joanna Man than the WNBA, and that is literally what he's talking about.
Well, like that's big.
Because I was thinking about this the other day, because I'm a F1 fan, and F1 is one of those sports where there's no distinguishable determination between genders.
Yeah.
You know, like, it doesn't matter whether you're LeBron James driving an F1 whip or friggin' somebody else. You know, like, you just, it's
doesn't
the
car.
But and then there was an article asking the F1 director if they plan on implementing, you know, female drivers in the near future, and he's like, nah. The reason being is because allegedly, this is what I read, I don't know how true this is, that the G-forces sustained in an F1 car are so great that it is not, it's really hard for a man's body to handle already. Because, you know, you do 300 kilometers on a turn, that's 7 Gs. That's crazy. That's like flying a jet.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
So yeah, they said it's like, it's not really built for that. I don't know how to believe it. Like, I don't know.
That's interesting.
I can
what
see
but,
that, but they're looking out for their safety. It's not just saying, "Oh, you can't do it," because
yeah, it's a safety thing too. But you know what? I don't know. Have they? Because there have been female F1 drivers, but not like in, you know, the modern era.
Yeah.
And then there are female F2 drivers.
Yeah.
But
those female NASCAR drivers.
F2 cars and NASCAR cars are nowhere near the. Like,
did you know how NASCAR was invented?
There's a bunch of rednecks chasing each other.
No, it was basically like rednecks and bootleggers, like trying to like back when like there was prohibition.
Yeah.
They were trying to, like, you know, transfer like alcohol and shit and drugs, so they had to like soup up their cars to get away from like the cops.
That's pretty cool.
I rate it. I'm not gonna hate on NASCAR.
Then they made it a sport.
It's pretty cool.
Just drive.
Pretty crazy.
But
turn to the
okay, let's say the G-force thing is let's say that's a real thing, and that's why they're not interested in kind of either encouraging more women to be in it if it's not a gender thing, or whatever, he, she, they, them, whatever. Let's say that's a real thing. They could still treat it kind of the way fucking the NFL treats everything, which is everyone who's playing understands the risks of CTE, understands the risks of playing the sport. Like, if you play football, you 100%. Are probably going to have CTE.
I think it's without question that, like, nobody's denying the safety or lack thereof safety if you hop in an F1 car. I mean, you're driving a car at 300 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
There's nothing safe about that.
No. But I'm saying,
yeah, I hope
I'm saying that's kind of insulting to me.
It's like
if
MMA,
I was a woman, I'd be like, wait, you're saying I can't do this because it's not safe? I understand it's not safe. I'm trying to do it.
It's like MMA, right? It's like, it's like you're literally in the business of hurting another human being.
Unless
you got to come to terms with that you're going to get hurt too.
So then the only other way I can see it why they would be like, nah, we're not interested in that, is because unless it's a liability issue, if they do this whole marketing thing, encouraging women to get into the sport more. Yeah. And then
she goes south.
You know, a bunch of those women end up getting all kinds of problems from it. That's a liability issue right there.
I think it's more
that could be linked back to them.
I think it comes down to fucking money at the end of the day, to be frank. Because I think that
francs. They even have francs.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, if a woman puts in enough work to, like what these guys do when they train on the off season or whatever, handling G-forces and whipping that whip at 300 kilometers an hour, that you can definitely step in that car. I think that these people are afraid that because it's every sport is such male dominated, right? That they're gonna lose viewership, and then that loses money.
I don't think so.
I think that's what it is.
I think
at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, everything revolves around money. Just like
it does. That's the point that Bill Burr makes is women aren't watching the NBA makes all this money because people are watching it. The WNBA doesn't make money because women aren't watching it. Women are watching Kardashians. Women are watching fucking
all the stupid shows.
Fucking Desperate Housewives and all that shit.
That's his claim, right?
Yeah. But that's where the money goes. Those people are making billions of dollars.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just saying that, that shouldn't apply to everybody.
But his whole point is
because dudes watch stupid shit all the time.
Big time.
But that's what I mean. Is the money. TV? The money follows it. Slam ball, bro. 1,000 Way to Die was such a
Ultimate Warrior, bro.
Ultimate Warrior.
That was the one.
Like, you know. It's just as fucking.
Remember American Gladiators back then?
To me, it's a waste. All of that shit is a waste of time. But that's my opinion. That's my view. You know what I mean? Like, I think we were talking about this earlier. How we're huge YouTubers.
Yeah.
But the only thing that we take into YouTube, well, the majority of it, for me at least, is knowledge based
shit that you're gonna
information.
Learn from.
Shit I can apply. Shit I can learn. Like,
exactly.
I'm not a huge. Like, I'm still trying to finish Ozarks, bro. It's taken me years.
Easy, bro. That's crazy.
Movies take me days, but because when it comes to stuff like that, my attention span is so short.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? So it's to me, it's a liberating feeling. Like not to be caught up in social media and stuff like that. Like I don't have to like, oh shit, what's man saying on the IG on the gram right now? Oh, they're at a wedding. Oh no, man, I wish I was there. Turning up. Nope.
Moral of the story.
I'm good off that.
Just to kind of put a conclusion.
Yeah.
WNBA players. It shouldn't be a question of do they deserve to make the same as NBA players, because that's a stupid fucking question.
Big time.
The question is, can they make as much as the NBA? Yeah. And the answer is yes,
for sure.
Of course.
But you have to earn it.
Big time.
You don't just come and ask, well, they have it, so we should have it too. No, you have to earn it. They earned it. They built this billion-dollar business
over years, and years,
off the blood, sweat, and tears and drama. What drama is there in WNBA? The most fucking press the WNBA is getting is the fact that Russia holds one of their players captive or whatever.
Right.
Like,
bro,
that's it.
After like the score disrespected that league and showed that their rookie of the year had 0.3 points, 0.4 rebounds, like 0.3 assists.
I feel like I could average more than that.
Big time, bro. Ridiculous. Big time. And like, that's your rookie of the year?
That's crazy.
So
I thought that shit was fake.
I thought so too, but
I was like, this can't be real.
I wanna pose this question to everyone here, and I want to pose it to our viewers and our listeners. How can we improve the WNBA? How can we make it more watchable? How can we make it more interesting? How can we make it more entertaining?
Lower the nets, make a 4-point line, make the halftime shows, make the jerseys skimpier and clothing skimpier, because that's real. Am I wrong though? That's how you market things, bro. That's how dudes will get into it. And after dudes are getting into it, you never know. The things are like, what are these niggas looking at? And then the things will start watching it too.
We can't just be looking at it for dudes. There needs to be other ways to get women into it. How do you do it? Why are the Real Housewives and all that shit so?
Because it's drama.
No, it's because they have the behind the scenes drama.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It's drama.
Yo, the NBA off season is almost as profitable as
it is a lot of drama.
The NBA on season, like when the season's on.
Why is that?
A female ball reality show would do way better.
That's what I'm saying.
Easily
like,
way better.
Okay, remember
drama.
Okay, think about the Ultimate Fighter. That fucking tremendously helped the UFC become way more mainstream.
Yep.
People got super into that show, and a lot of people got into MMA just based off that. Why don't they do something like that?
If they made a reality show for WNBA, I guarantee a lot more women start watching.
100%.
And you know what?
Like,
if we're ignorant and such a thing that already exists, one, please let us know. And two, why is this not being promoted heavily? And I'm not just saying by us and men. Why is it not also being promoted by women? Let's go. Let's all do our part to help the WNBA by coming up with these ideas, helping them implement it. Because you know what? I like the reality show idea. lowering the nets, helping them dunk. That will create more excitement.
So
Performance enhancing drugs.
Allow PEDs.
I think that's on it. Like as to segue from this topic, I feel like that is the future of sports,
that they just allow it.
where everybody's just loud at
Do
it.
whatever you want. Push human performance.
Why not, right? Like
Yeah.
you know, if you're gonna do it,
Yeah, you're already
Do it.
probably doing shit that's not good for your health
you know,
anyways.
like even the playing field, you know, just let it roam free.
every man
You know?
gets to do.
Have you ever
drugs.
heard of Pride?
yeah, the
Like,
fighting.
The old fighting,
Yeah.
the old fighting.
you could just do whatever in that,
not a company. It was
like a league.
a league. It was
Yeah.
like back in Japan in the 90s,
Nah.
bro.
Okay, I never heard that.
It was
Isn't
the
that
most.
where
It
Kimbo
was like Street
fought?
Fighter shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Like there was like no drug testing. There was like soccer kicks to the face.
Oh,
There was you
what's it
know
called? Pride fighting.
pride fighting,
Okay, yeah.
and there was like barely any like, especially when it came to the heavyweight division, there was no limits.
Oh,
So
you just
usually
fight,
there's a
just fight,
265 weight limit. So you would have like a freak of nature just fighting some fucking dude who still was huge, who weighed like 250 pounds, but still. They need to take it back to that shit. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that shit's entertaining.
But the thing is, you know, that sort of like it was pretty barbaric. But whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's fighting. What do you
And then
want?
that opens up ethical questions
Yeah.
in terms of why are these things good for their people's
But
health?
there's doping
there's
in
already
literally
that.
in every sport.
Oh, yeah.
There's not one sport where there's no doping.
This is
Tell
true.
me one sport.
Well,
other than
even in the ones where
golf
they're
or curling.
even in the
or
ones
some
where they're
shit.
not
Yeah.
doping,
Probably,
Those are like
yo,
naked.
golfers
they're getting
probably
stuff
dope.
that works within the loopholes
Yeah,
of shit.
yeah,
Like they have fucking team scientists and nutrition
100%.
experts
Yeah.
that are helping them, you know, improve their performance and ride the lines.
Take
I think
these
that's
drugs.
like the next step for. I think it's just gonna. I think we as a society are becoming more. We're becoming more desensitized to the entertainment we're already presented with. So we need something more because we're fucking barbaric.
Yeah.
We're fucking humans
100%.
are.
Well, we used to
animals.
watch fucking
We're animals.
beheadings and people fighting coliseums and shit.
Yo, we're animals. It's just one circle.
Yeah.
So then what we're
Might
gonna
as
do?
well embrace it.
We're just gonna use the technology we've developed and implement that into entertainment.
Well, it's gonna be like that.
And then you're gonna have people hitting fucking fastballs that are going 150
Yeah.
miles an
Oh,
hour,
I'd
and
be
you're gonna
so
hit them
lit.
out the park.
You remember that Love, Death, and Robots? The one where it's like the people like put their brains into like the like creatures or whatever, and they
Yeah.
fight.
Jeez.
It's gonna be like that, bro.
Jeez.
Avatar.
Avatar. Yeah.
It's gonna be nuts.
But you would imagine that, like watching footy, like a man just blasted from fucking
Oh,
80 feet away.
I
Yeah.
lose my shit. Like, oh, that's crazy.
And with that,
The
we,
balls warping and shit, like midair.
man breaks the
rips
ball when he
apart.
kicks it.
He's like, oh, we need a new ball. Oh, he broke the ball.
And with that,
It's like Shaolin soccer.
we're proud to announce that we are launching our TGR roids. TG roids.
Get your
TG
roids.
roids 905.
Get your roids up.
Get your roids.
We got him.
You want to
Yeah.
be good at sports? Get your roids.
You know. And on that note, I think we're ready to wrap this one up.
Wrap
Put
it.
a bow on this motherfucking
Like a
present,
bow.
this gift that we brought you.
Jeez.
Episode 58 in the bag.
58ers and
go.
you know 59 coming up, 60.
Soon it'll be 600.
I'd
Hundo.
like to do a games night again soon.
I like to do a
Yeah.
Truman show again.
I'd like to do a Schumann show part 2.
Suggestions.
Jeez. But hit us up with suggestions.
I'm down.
I'd like to do
Edibles one.
That's me crazy on
an
camera.
Eddie
Truman Show.
Schumann show on
camera.
Hands are way.
I forgot. Yeah, we did it without a camera.
I think I'd
Yeah.
be too fucked. I'd be like,
Now we gotta
this
do
camera's
it.
trying to steal my soul.
We gotta do it. We gotta
What? Do what?
Schumann show on camera.
PT.
Yeah.
How many
Last
times your
time-
basement changed on me, bro? That's gonna be
Bro,
so hectic.
last time was crazy.
Nico, you can't dress the way you dressed last time.
I have
Nah,
to.
you can't.
Nah,
have to.
don't. No,
No, he has to.
He's
He
gonna
has
look
to.
like Morpheus, bro.
This guy, I saw the man's
want that
aura,
vibe.
bro. I don't care anything. I saw the color.
I
going
just
around
remember.
him.
I just remember chilling like right over here in front of this, like almost like blending.
Yo, he didn't
into
move.
the
This
thing.
man just
Didn't
stayed
move.
there
Yeah,
like this.
he had his like he's
With his
standing
one
with
leg.
his one leg crossed and his arms crossed like this,
Yeah,
and he's got
bro.
the shades on, looking like Morpheus.
And
and
I'm
shit.
looking at the computer, but I still see Nico behind me. I'm like, what's going on?
It's weird because I always, every time I'm on mushrooms, I always do that. Just a deep meditative state.
Yeah.
Just like, it's crazy.
I read that.
I was tripping.
But yeah, thanks for joining us on another controversial episode. But
Yeah, bare controversial.
what it
things.
is.
All day.
Appreciate it.
E?
Stay blessed.
See you next time.
No.